Hello people, it's me, Libluini, and yes, we're back to Gem and Holograms Season 2. We're still fucking around with missing the cool renames because I'm still stressed out as fuck. It's still the workday, we still have to do a turn every single day. But I hope that on the weekend I'll finally have time to sit down and do some renaming. So, what is happening here? Lots of battles and some are even ours? What the hey heck? Well, thing is this, when I finished my last turn, I started talking to the player of Kailasa, the yellow nation to our south, and we made a plan. So I had to go back into my turn and immediately set one of my armies to attack so the plan would work. What was that plan? Well, keep listening and I will tell you in excruciating detail. But first off, our stupid messages. First off, we actually got to summon some Fey footfall. So fairies, but armed? What the shit is this cuck? See, we got those 5 units, and of course our better mages would give us 6 or 7 even, or even more. And there it is. Fairly good attackers, insane defense skill. Imagine them getting blurred. That would be really nasty. Try here hitting 20 defense skill if your attack skill is getting reduced. Of course they also have glamour, which means no enemy even knows we have those units until they run into them. And like other fairy units, they have recuperation. Can also move to easier troops. Forests and blah 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 is less likely to starve when the army runs out of supplies. Also cute. Also extremely vulnerable to iron. Well, of course it's kind of a misnomer since most units with 10 in the range of around 10 HP tend to die to every single hit that gets through their protection. Doing 2 damage more is not too bad considering our protection is 15, higher than our own normal troops. Fuck, it's higher than our sacred troops. High magic resistance and high moral. Those guys won't run away, and their poison resistance is 10. Well, considering this, if I have an entire army of these guys, a lot of enemy spells won't work on us, especially since these guys also have true sight, so not even elves can deal with them. And their Feyblade do magic damage as if that wasn't enough. So they are really good troops. I'm not sure there are 12 Gems kind of troops, but they are certainly worth more than those little weirdos. Hey, those little ones even have only half the poison resistance. That's kind of cute. So Fey footfall are actually useful. Expensive, but useful. We are now closing in on Evocations 4. Sadly, we didn't manage to get this level in 1 turn since I started moving mages around in preparation of the new war we're entering. So, and Canuration 5 is slated next. Now let's switch to Glamour. Which means then we can get equally awesome Fey Knights. We already know those guys of Season 1, we couldn't do much with them. Let's see how far we can get this ship. Next is Evocation 5, simply so we can illusory army. And then more construction. Oh, that's our medium tier goals. Of course, now we have an interesting problem because I'm slowly getting the mages ready for a second army, which means I have to heavily abuse our assassin girls since I have a certain lack of riding army dudes. Of course, since our new war is more important, let's relocate those shuttlebugs. Sadly, I can't use the broken land because I've noticed that since it's wasteland, it's slowing down everything a bit. All my units are actually moving from Tirnanok directly into Gol Amrad and then sneaking from there to the finishing line. Well, people unburdened by army troops even manage to do this in one go. So I have some mages here and a super mage to power them up. And as soon as those three arrive, I have a full mage squad ready here. And next turn we have the research to do something with them. Oh, sorry, Take. I'm guessing you have to stay here for a while. We don't want to dumpster our research too much. Oh yeah, you can search magic sites, please. Of course, I have some research mages here. And we have some money left over this turn. So I'll get another one, because we need a summoner. And I want to try to get a fairy army as backup up and running. And more sacreds, of course. Oops, we've run out of money. Yeah, those guys are expensive. Can I squeeze this in? Yep, and another. Yes, it works. We are already starting on the next army here. Yes, we're still only recruiting these guys there. And okay, let's stop this. Scouts are important, but since I've gotten the single underwater province I could get, let's not do. Oh, of course. How many units are there? 17 marrows. Oh, I fucking need it. Oh, yeah, of course. My underwater scout. Please swim over here. Thank you. The typical marrow. Not much protection, shitty attack skill, adequate defenses. They have a shield, an attitude, and not much else. Our own troops are fairly beefy on the other hand. Should I risk it? I mean, at least they can poison people and have better chance of hitting someone, and protection at least. So what exactly is in this water province here? Fucking marrows? Okay, then. I guess. Problem is, of course, they're highly visible, our friends, and they need 2 turns, but that's good, because the battlefront comes soon. So these mages are going in here, but since our normal army up there has already maging it up in next turn, I can recruit another turn of weirdos. And let's get a bit too much, I would say. Let's recalibrate 2 diff of those out. And these in, and these in. Next turn, I will add some rages in Feral Woods for a second wave. And yeah, of course. So, question is, before we are looking at what's going on our borders, do I move these already? We need 1 super mage, and keeping our mages together would be kind of important. Sending more troops in would be kind of pointless right now. Now the strategic decisions we have to do here. Of course. So let's see. 1 turn of recalibration to get more second line troops and more long range troops, and then the army will start moving. And just to remind myself, can I watch anything useful? Nope. The Amulet of Clarity is kind of funny, but True sight is... Whoop, dark vision. Okay. Our normal elves don't have true sight. But they don't really need to until other bullshit happens against other elves. So let's get fucking rolling here with our battle news. There was of course for this battle where... Oh... Well, no. Our new enemy Hinnom, different kind of big guys, attacked Tees, long-suffering Tees, was already given up of the world, and despite heavy losses on both sides, ultimately the lizard guys won against the giants. Which is good news since we just attacked Hinnom from behind. So, basic fire spells, then some people stabbing each other, and yeah, fairly good attackers, nice defense, protection high, hit points is... Huh. I guess I managed to get someone who was already dying. Normally they have a lot more hit points, as you can see here. They are giants after all. Not the biggest ones, but big enough. Of course, against our sacreds, this will give them some trouble, since we only need 1 or 2 good hits with our magic lances to kill one of them. While their defense skill is nice, ours is also nice, and we are also blurred. We'll have trouble at us. Will probably be... Oh yes, a high encumbrance of both sides. Will be one of those battles where both sides hit each other a lot, and then our magic will decide things. Fire magic has some nasty spells, but of course, let's see, magic resistance is fairly high. Why do I keep ending up fighting enemies with high magic resistance? 11 would have been better. Magic resistance too. Yeah, of course, it's a brush. Brushes don't really have much. But still, at least our magic is armor penetrating. And if they get one hit a couple of times in the front lines, our elves can then kill them with their magic lances in one hit. Also nice to know. But still, this is against peace, and despite one side using fire spells and the lizard army running away, yeah, that's it. Hinnom panics and runs away, effectively snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, to quote a classic. And that was embarrassing. Sure, they lost half their army, but the other side too, and one of their commanders died even. Still, I guess it's counted as a victory for the defenders, since the province defense stood firm and died down to almost the last man. Okay. Next battle was in Kimri, where Helheim attacked the province of Helheim. Mannheim against Helheim, and they won. And from what I heard on Discord, Helheim has given up because their guys aren't berserking. And this means they got the worst of the fighting. Something like this. I think we saw this last time or before. Yep, the Vanyards can be the berserk. And with their blasted trailing quite often, they're then out and out rampaging with the elf superpowers. Just in this case, it didn't really work out, probably because the Hillmans are just really good units. But they are also just non-sacred. This Vanyal managed to kill one, but the other side this time withstood. Man, I'm rambling again, sorry about this. Anyway, point is, while this battle shows otherwise, Helheim is actually lost and is now an AI from now on. Then there was our battle. Our 12 warriors killed a shitload of the enemy, and every single one of our slingers -1 died. Perfect. The reason for this is, well, the province defense was kind of there, but Hinnom had a sizable force of archers and light infantry just patrolling the province. I'm guessing to try to catch scouts. Well, what they instead called was a full frontal assault, although they all died. They didn't even get to try to run away, as it looks. For moral 8 units, it was a good showing. I mean, they have less moral than our Fearbolg slingers. So I guess they got stabbed a lot after slaughtering our Fearbolgs. Let's take a look what we did. Our surprise attack. Yeah, the typical. Yeah, they're taking all the shots and yeah, those basic archers aren't really doing it. Can't hit for shit. And if they hit, our protection does and shields does the rest. And then they were all butchered to a man. So lesson learned, the Fearbolgs will be put to hold and fire next time. So they'll still be wide open out in front, but at least this time support will be a bit faster there. Retreat details. Oh, okay, I was wrong. The survivor died on his way back to his home planet. Oh, funny. Then we got defense plus 15 in Numeria. Oh, Commodores are volunteering. Oh, we are the best. Then we lost one of our scouts in a really funny event. Funny because we have an in-game nap, and until the developers fix this, a contact like this could be used to destroy armies. Basically, both sides would run away from each other to prevent a battle happening. But this meant if something like this happened, a scout getting discovered, then the scout would run away, and the forces attacking him also would run away and then disperse, which is really annoying. And if this happened close to a border, there was a non-zero chance those units would end up getting killed by stupidity. But they claim they fixed this, and I guess since our scout died, well, it must have worked. There's a golden lion. That's interesting. Let's see, a golden lion beating up our scout. Oh, this is this guy here. Yep, that's some kind of mega summer lion with 5. My opponent is wrong. He is right. Oh, this must be his pretender god. That's why he has all those stupid superpowers. Like, holy shit, invulnerable 25. Yeah, that one is not really hitting anything, getting hit by anything. And he still has gotten the limb, so he killed a lot of stuff, I would say. And our scout, oh, here he is. A basic scout. And like, oh, and then he dies. Getting hit. The lion doesn't even need to do anything. Practical. Too bad, I have no idea why. Probably because Yuba still exists as an AI, but it's still declaring profits and is there. Well, that's it. And then we are in Valgard. And it's also only lightly damaged, and only because a part of the army sitting here destroyed itself on us. Of course, since only next time we'll be able to attack with magic superpowers, we don't want to get caught by a counterattack with tons of giant archers. My original plan was to send each unit into another province, but this is of course a bit risky. Let's take a look. 40 sacreds is a lot. This province is quite well organized. Oh, I love players who send tons and tons of money to die in provinces. This province we know next to nothing about. And Arco may be moving in soon. Well, we don't want to really say no to help, but I would prefer it if they are trying to get to Hinnom's capital first. Ironically, I would like to have the capital, of course, but if Arco's player dogpiles in together with Kailasa and me, they will of course be really close to the capital. But since Hinnom at this point is probably racing units back up, well, it's looking bad, really. There is a good chance that he will mobilize armies to repel Arco if just by having troops ready, if he moves out to catch us. But well, Kailasa is moving troops up this turn, and will next turn then order troops to attack, and in about 2 turns Kailasa will have attack. And there's of course Kittis. Still, you see they are surrounded by Hinnom. But they're also breaking out now. We still haven't managed to see the army sitting on Shepherd's Heaven, except that it exists. Kind of annoying. Let's try to finally get a look of what is going on there. So Varnheim will now eat Helheim, so we should speed up our plans a bit. So, since we are already facing a player who is really loving the shit of spending lots and lots of okay, you are the less important one, so you can give up one of your troops. And why do I am doing this? Because as long as the unit is here, well, it's still counted as a siege. So either he uses his troops now to break out, so nothing gained, nothing lost, or he doesn't, and then next turn you'll see, oh shit, I'm still under siege and can't move my troops. Meanwhile, we are getting fast. Arco can then attack through Lupia if they want to. It's apparently still held by no one. Hinnom, what are you doing? And after that, I can then... Yes, 3 mages here, those mages here, and then we can combine forces together. So I have mage support. And also some more slingers to catch arrows and die. Next turn I have 6. Then, yeah, it probably still be 6 because the turn after that I want to form both troops together and continue with the siege. Next turn armies will start moving here. So next turn the second army is ready. The turn after that I probably move southward a bit. No, let's take this. Next turn I'll be in Fars. My mages will be assembled at Feral Woods. The turn after that my second army will be in Gold Armorod, since everyone can easily reach this from my cap. It's my first army will sit on Vatigard. Then to prevent assholes from moving up, I will send the second army into Andoria instead. At that point, Kailasa will have started its attack, and Hinnom's troops will be moving, well, towards us, I suppose. I'm guessing Arco will at that point invade too. Or maybe not. I've found them that now that Yuba is almost gone, Or will maybe turn on them. Maybe not. I see Ur is now big enough that they also started bordering Kailasa. So that could be an unnecessary complication. So my plan for now is to keep working together with Kailasa. And since the player of Arco has asked if he can move in, I will take us to have a better flank around my fortress in Feral Woods. It's a bit thin otherwise here, my territory. And then stop on that front and move back to catch Vati guards. Or is it wall guard? Oh, that's an L. Okay. With a full army. Second army will then try to move around the south. I really hope Kailasa's troops are all down here. I mean, it would be funny if he tries to cut me off to gain their territory. But I think I'm lucky here because, well, he has an army here. Unless he moves immediately now, we probably won't get them up there in time. And hey, if push comes to shove, Ras has a lot of connections, and even if Arco piles into Lupia in a couple turns, we can still use Ras to get down south. And hell, fucking hell, maybe you should go here, him. If he's still scouting like mad, the scout is dead. But if we are lucky, we can take a look at troops sitting in Hinnom, which would be important for us to know. Because we can, of course, immediately reinforce if he comes from that direction. That's of course annoying. I haven't considered that he maybe has an army already here. I keep sending scouts here to die, I think, and not gain any new information. We could, of course, send our army into Andaria now and send his second army into Feral Woods as reinforcements and to counter troops coming from Hinnom itself. But I also don't want to lose against Arco. Of course, I haven't gotten any scouts here right now. Could send scouts back to the border, see a bit better. Arco is also in a bit awkward position, but they have, of course, a shit ton of troops here. Could now be down here in 1-2 turns. It is, of course, a bit risky. On the other hand, I have a reserve army, so let's do the risky thing. If it doesn't work out, we are still something like 2 and maybe 3 players against 1. With my reserve army coming up, with my awesome new ferry units coming online soon. Yeah, soon. In 2 turns I have a 3rd super mage, and then she'll be posted to Saren Falls to make more units. My underwater weirdos are on the move to strike at Alluvia if we can. And I'm guessing while Hinnom is trying to get out of Vargard next. Maybe. If he has lots and lots of archers, he could try to pelt me down, even though very obviously didn't work. Since an unknown but big number of his troops are down in the south, maybe I'm lucky and my giant piles of. Yeah, definitely it would have been stupid to send the armies into both provinces at once. Let's try a decapitation strike because it's yeah, how to describe it, high risk, high reward. If we fuck up, Things are getting heavier, but if we manage to do really well, we may even get a chance at getting Hinnom. And then can I say, oh, okay, Arco, you can have Lupia as a treat. Otherwise, yeah, Kailaza will probably get all the southern provinces since they are far too far away from us. We'll try to clear up the region around the lake and the lake itself. If we can get Hinnom, that's good, because Kailaza will sure as I get Tis. Arco, well, Arco is interesting. I still hope Arco takes Ur seriously, because while the help would be nice, it's very obvious that Arco's player would just be playing opportunist here and not actually be able to help a lot. And that's it, really. Preparations are a go. Next turn, my important evocation thing is finished, and things will start getting moving soon. Let's pile on some more gems. Fine enough. Okay. Then let's end this turn. Yeah. That's it. Libluini out, my friends. Hello people, it's me, Libluini, and we are back with Gemadologams Season 2, Dominion 6. So shit, a lot of things have happened. Our suppressed diplomacy means we are now in a war, so no more as waiting and stockpiling weapons and so on. We are actually fighting now. So let's just get on with it. We finished our evocation research and can now use our first mages. And Maddox found an enchanted field, which is sadly only giving us additional nature and additional supply and recruitment points, which now annoys me the heck, because it would actually be a good place to start a fortress now. Now that's funny, because while I have money to start, I also need money to recruit. Well, Maddox, let's march you over here for the next attempt, because now that, yeah, it's evocation 4 and going on to conjuration 5 and evocation 5, we'll start moving shit. Recruitment, yep, she is coming. And here we have already finished everything. Yeah, okay, I can't put you to research for now. I'm a bit miffed because those 3 mages would be good assassins, but instead, well, let's do some combat recruitment here. We need more slingers on this front. Now, fortress number 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Ah, yes, of course, the Griffin Raider. 120 gold, 13 resources, 58 recruitment points. You can recruit exactly 1 per turn. And since they are sacreds, you can make them extremely hard targets. Sacred Griffins are of course they won't be avoiding many hits. They get targeted. Well, why not? If we can, why not? And now we have 0 recruitment points, or 3 to spend. And we can now recruit blood mages here. the Garnet Sorceress. It was 1 blood and a small chance to get 2 blood naturally. Then we have a Priestess with a slight chance of magic, so let's take the Sorceress instead. And as long as we don't need them to do any blood magic, we can also just use them as a short-term research block. And then we have Southern Forest. We can add some more neighbors, a bit slower this time. Let's add some She-Warriors here. And next turn, of course, we are a bit more constrained since we can either recruit in view. Oh yeah, of course, we can switch to a She-Lord then. Since we need the next Super Mage primarily for recruitment. So instead of... Oh, I already moved them back here. That's of course because I'm stupid. Yeah, that was of course the funniest shit in the land of the completely insane. I just remembered Lothland was supposed to carry my elf units. And since I don't have that much forest to deal with and I need the main mage and firewoods for something else, now I can work right back here. Yeah, that was a waste of turn. Of course means we can reinforce our dipshits here. And now Khan is capable of going forth. So, I want you people to, yeah, of course that's the next army. Let's sneak and or move them all over to Feral Woods. That would be Army 1. Yeah, let's take a look what happened in the rest of it. We attacked someone and lost 2 units to a sizable. I guess we got really unlucky. Let's take a look. Never underestimate archers. Oh, I see. The blocking detachment of idiots I sent forward was 1 Furbolg warrior and 1 of my sacreds. Yeah, okay, I guess even the fairly high defense and oh yes, he's already down to 11 years since he's effectively starting to get surrounded and blasted from multiple sides. So while our sacreds have incredible defense skills plus blur protection, which makes them incredibly hard to target, sadly, due to surrounding rules, you need a solid block of infantry moving, because as you see, a single sacred arm when I cut it will get massacred without being able to do much. One-on-one fights, however, yep, that would be nice. But as you see in 11, yeah, that wasn't good. So we lost a She-Warrior and a Trevor Warrior, but the Furbolg Warriors survived. That's something I call lucky. Anyway, that means we now have another province. And we found gold. Oh, that's the reason things went so swimmingly. Then in Feral Woods, province income was upgraded by +20 thanks to new trade routes have been opened. Then, yeah, our scout ran into a fairly big army patrolling there. Yeah, this is more explainable. Since Hinnom is a blood nation, it's clear, and since this army is mainly centered around this blood guy here, it's fairly easy to see that he is patrolling unrest away by killing his own population, since he is collecting blood saves. So our invasion plan is actually a good idea, because if we let him go for unattacked for too long, he can turn all those blood slaves he is collecting into some seriously dangerous opposition. We have giants with broadswords here. They are like a very basic but efficient infantry unit with high hit points and protection. Not as dangerous as the super giants of Makona, that's for sure. But instead of soaking up more damage by having extremely high protection, they instead have higher morale than useful. Their magic resistance is, I think, a bit lesser than the of Makona, so they should be hurting more from our magic attacks. There are some people with great bows here, and they have even higher protection. But they of course are shitty in melee combat and will just eat any hit. Yeah, useful to know. And I have to, yes, that's a solid line of bows. Well, a danger to our sacreds. But of course, if we manage to break our line through, that would be the end, since they will die pretty damn fast if we reach there. But it looks it's something our mages have to do. Yeah, I'm already playing, but this also means, yeah, that's a lot of units. Well, he can immediately counterattack. Our friends have sent some units in, and I'm not sure he knows what he's getting in there. If he attacks Lupia, Hinnom will have two different targets. Of course, this means we can't really keep this province, so I'm just put in a token defense and then move our army immediately back. I'm guessing, oh yeah, of course I can. Look here, retreat details. Apuleios, yep, he survived. Unexpected, but lucky. Of course, thanks to his efforts, we are now fairly sure what's going on in Hinnom. And it's a fairly big army. Let's scout south here. And now we see the army in Shepherd's Heaven. It's also around 80 units strong. So he has at least 3 different armies I can see. The one in Shepherd's Heaven that hasn't moved yet. The one that is patrolling Hinnom, and the one that is presumably still not deployed. And of course we have troops stuck in Valgard, who, to my surprise, haven't made any effort of trying to get out now. Which of course means we are now moving our troops back, and this Firbolg warrior is immortal. Oh, I should probably a she warrior and a sacred. exchange our guards a bit. Well, let's move these guys to back here and 4, 5, 6 mages plus mega mage in this center. Let's have some fun here. Bolt and fire enemy archers. Since they are in the front lines, let's still eat some arrows, but they won't immediately run forward and make damn sure that they're eating some arrows. Hopefully this will help a little bit with survivability. Conan's big brother. Yeah, I haven't scripted a lot this game. So let's get on with it. First, we need Super Mage, Script, Glamour. She has to cast Twilight, which takes 200% or in other words 2 turns to cast. After that, everyone who can't see in the dark gets penalties. And let's see. I guess since she is fairly squishy, I better give her air shield. She's a bit protected in case some arrows come her way. The ephemeral performs 2 attacks against enemies each turn. Useful for self-protection, imaginary swords, but we want to start mowing down those fuckers on the other side, and we're still fairly limited. Group blur. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of units we can spend over. And the fatigue costs are too high. But she can... Is she a sacred? Yes, okay. And a priest. Since the main body of troops has my prophet, however, she doesn't need to sacred anything. Since the next big spell will be unlocked with Conjuration 5, Evocation 5, which is 2 levels and a lot of turns in the future, I'm forced to stay with the plan and use Ephemeral Blast. It needs level 3, and at that point we'll have level 5. This means the area of effect is expanded into 6 instead of 4, and damage expanded into 9 instead of 7. Until someone rolls magic resistance and negates the damage, of course. So then just continue casting whatever you want after that, and be a bit conservative with magic gems. And to remind me myself, this was the last point, so this means we are putting this in slot 5. Yep, it worked. And now we make the lesser mages. First off, 1 spell. Funnily enough, our other mages could sacred themselves for some bonuses. But of course we now have normal mages too. And we now have to do two different spells. Blur affects one other unit, and blurred body is blurring yourself. Anything else useful for someone sitting at the very end here? Luck is always good. The lucky unit has a 75% chance of escaping an otherwise deadly blow or spell. Of course, self-luck isn't a thing, or it could happen that oh, personal luck. It is a thing. And it has a bit more fatigue since it's a really good effect. Personal luck has a casting time of 100%. So you can do this, and there is still a second turn to do. And they can put, oh wow, 75%. It's a fairly fast spell. Of course, in an assassination we would like them to cast this. So they are a bit protected. Especially since the swords do 3 different attacks. Anything else? Blood body is another 100%. So after those 2 spells are cast, the sorceress should be powered up by the now active Twilight, and we can cast Ephemeral Blast 3 times, and then we'll have to hope the scripting knows what it's doing. We put this into slot 6. The one really good thing about Twilight is, since its effect is immediate, instead of our mages having to use a power-up spell like, for example, the good old Storm plus Thunderstrike combo, our mages are less easy, since in that case I would have to need another spell just to power them up, and we don't need to. We have a leg up here. Of course, remember there's a 10% chance the battle will start at midnight, in which case there won't be any Twilight, because Twilight will fail to work. Also funny if it's already started at Twilight, because natural Twilight I think only gives penalties, but no magic upgrade to our mages. Nope, we can now freely use magic scripting. So the first 2 turns will be our mage blocked buffing themselves, and 1 mage casting Twilight, and then everyone will have level 3 and be able to cast as Ephemeral Blast without any trouble, since the fatigue cost is so tremendously low. Also important is, get the fuck away from incoming arrows. Good thing is, you can't target someone's backline. You can only target a specific troop type like archer, and sometimes abuse the fact people will put archers in the back. And then game mechanics mean that all the arrows missing have a good chance at spraying all your mage lines. It's always a nasty surprise, which is why we have our main units all a bit forward deployed, and then of course our, technically speaking, still real archers far out in the front. So if those are missed and the arrows pelled out of our main units right across the battlefield, but the chance of our mages getting hit is far lower than normal. Now the important thing to make this little block actually useful is to give the main mage some glamour against, let's say, say 8. Twilight is, even if she is splurging down on fatigue reduction, maximum of 2 gems per battle, but that should help for a while. And now we will send in the mages here. Now we should be safe, and the little army inside should be destroyed very easily. And now we have also a second army coming up. Roughly speaking, 100 more units. And since it's all hard to destroy sacreds, we should be able to combine both armies then into a bigger one. And since he hasn't reacted yet, our friend the Hinnomian, we are lucky, because now if he starts moving now, it would take him 1-2 turns to catch us. But in 2 turns we have already completed our movement and all our armies are in Farrowwoods. And next turn I will see if he attacks Ras. If not, well, lucky us, because we keep the initiative. And from next turn onwards, Kailaza should enter the fray. At which point things will get interesting. Argo hasn't done anything yet, of course. They may have not been in position to do anything. Maybe they get spooked when they see how many units Hinnom has held back. So the war has just started. And from next turn on, I'll send our third Mega Mage. Oh no, wait, I've forgotten. I've put her into here, yes, of course. And before I'm ending the turn, I'll give them the new scripting just in case. Oh yeah, sorry, you got this one here. Maybe I should gem this one up too, just so the army is functional. Oh, she doesn't got any air. So let's give this a personal touch. Anything I give her? I haven't unlocked anything useful now. Personal poison resistance or protection from poison. What the fuck? Okay, poison resistance plus 15. And other spell is poison resistance plus 10. So one is clearly better than the other. That's a bit redundant, I would say, but okay, we of course can give her the better ones. Since she hasn't unlocked anything else yet, it's for the best. Concentrated so far of unlocking. Oh yeah, you can cast spells. And I can give you the deal 2. Yes, so everything should work out. Next turn I let Loveland summon some more cheap riffraff to add in to the distraction pile here with the Fey Folk. And then the turn after that will be another big mage in position to summon some more Fey Footfall, because they are expensive enough. I want to only cast our better mage to recruit in quotes, in air quotes, more of them until we unlock the spell that gives us fairy knights, and then we can add a couple of them in. Give us a mailed fairy fist. And I think we'll keep it at that, because our game income isn't high enough to squeeze out more than one recruitment spell per turn. Eventually I want to have 2 mages casting One of them casting the footfall spell, one of them the night spell in tandem. But right now it would be a waste of gems. Oh yes, a block of Fearbox. And the mages should all be in the back row. Of course, when flyers get involved, it will be the exact opposite. But they aren't, so we don't have to. And we have Faithful. Let's keep it in the back for now, since we don't really have that many of them. Hold and fire. Hold and attack. No, hold and fire enemy archers to see if that's more useful. The other guys will instead be just hold and fire so they can receive blessings and shit. Then they walk forwards and pelt stuff with their spears before engaging in melee combat. Yeah, basic tactics. And now the block of mages with them will be able to do some real damage. Still have some money left. And we have lowered our research speed a lot, so I'm letting take stand where he is. Now I'm recruiting mages here, here and here. Here is recruitment, here is recruitment. Recruitment is ongoing here. Recruitment is ongoing here. Yeah, okay, and of course I should remember we only have more money than normal because we got this unexpected treasure. And next turn we'll be a bit more constrained. And those guys here, they are far slower than our dump elves. It will take 2 turns before they even can reach the front lines. And that's it. That's it for now. We got a province we can possibly not really hold, and it is medium income of 63, so it's not that important in the long run. Nice to have. Next turn we'll see how Hinnom reacts to our invasion. So, and until then, Libloidi out.